Good morning. I mean, good evening. Maybe good morning. It could be good afternoon. Good everything, everybody. How are you, my wonderful human beings? I've just realised that I need to put this onto the other screen. Otherwise, I'm going to do the old, oh, I can't see what anybody's doing anymore. Oh no, I thought I was so prepared, so ready, so in the driving seat today. But no, there's always something you forget, isn't there? Do. Wonderful. Let's put you up here. And let's make it a bit bigger. And let's put this little chat box up there so I can just see if anyone does appear. I won't hold my breath, but you know, just in case. Now, there are a few things that I notice about my beautiful spaceship here. Number one, it appears to be parked on Earth. That's not what we're doing. I kind of presume because it does have kind of a green tint to it, I could, if I was intelligent, green screen it out. But I'm not intelligent. I am just a slime, and I'm not at all intelligent at all. So, instead, we're just going to pretend that it's not Earth outside. Though, given that we're going to have to create characters today, our favourite occupation. I mean, this is one of the things I definitely get on with a gamer geek, for lady that does the solo stuff. You know, we've got to treat everything as play, which is good because I do a lot of character generation. Oh, someone responded to a thread. What are they doing? What are they talking about? What's going on here? People responding to me thinking, yeah. So someone posted earlier on today that, you know, a lot of people get kind of elitist about play styles. And I'm like, yeah, it's weird, eh? Don't need to be weird. Don't need to do that kind of thing. It's all good. We're all having fun here. I got myself a can of Dr. Pepper. The fizziest of beverages. Why? Because I don't like my internal organs. That's why. Right. Top bananas. So, Star Trek. Captain's log. Let's have a quick, brief little look of a little book. So I've had Star Trek Adventures forever, right? Since it came out, pretty much. But I've never really been able to get into it very much, and I don't know why. But as I've said before, and kind of alluding to our previous point, I understand what lots of people like the system and like the game, and so that's cool. I think one of the problems is that I find it hard to get the long-term dedication from a play group. So I kind of have two ideas. Either A, we could play through the Shackleton Expanse, which was the kind of organic campaign that they had going on, as in Modipheus. I think that's how you say the company name. So they had this organic campaign going on, which was in the Shackleton Expanse, not Epic Forest. Oh my goodness, I was in a forest locally one day, you know, minding my own business, walking around, being a slime, consuming compost, you know, the kind of thing. And some man stroked my back and went, "Hi, baby," or "Hi, darling. We can have a good time. I'll give you a nice massage." And I'm like, "Oh, no, thank you," and I left. I'm sure I really ruined his day, but no, it was okay. Oh, they've put it into the entire book now. That's interesting. my Shackleton Expanse campaign guide. So we might pick that up and play through that. There's a hardback. It is expensive, but that could be that could be good. Particularly, see, oh right, and the other thing that I suppose is a start for 10 is that I like classic Trek. So there's like 3 different covers for this book. Classic, TNG, and another one. Maybe a couple of other ones. I don't know. It's beyond me. I'm a lot littler than I should be. I think I shrunk myself the other day so I could fit on a sofa. There we go. Just get me a little bit bigger, and then hit the transition button. Yeah. Cool. I may end up having to do all sorts of things, but for now, let's just stick with this. So, the book. I should probably, if I put it on my screen on that side as well, and I'll have a Far East. No, that's the wrong screen. I've put it on the wrong screen and in the wrong place. There. That's where we want it. Like that. That's exactly what we want. Scuff content, scuff stream, scuff 24/7. Come here for the scuffiest Scuffington. So this is the original Trek cover. So yes, as to why I say that is that we'll be playing in the original Trek era. We'll almost certainly be on a Constitution class ship, and we'll almost certainly be on a 5-year voyage unless we do the Shackleton Expanse. In which case, we'll probably be on a Miranda class. My 2 favourite ships. I presume they're my 2 favourite ships. A, of course, because the Constitution class is the original Enterprise. And the Miranda class is the one that is the Defiant out of Khan. And so that was Wrath of Khan. And that was a cool ship. Even though it's like budget Constitution class. Anyway, so the book, nice, very pretty. We're not going to go through most of these chapters. There's some nice pictures. It's kind of like a nice beauty shot of the. There she is. X-17B, clearly the experimental version of the Constitution class. But yeah, so it gives you a bunch of Star Trek background, a bunch of kind of like Starfleet information. So this book is built mostly around Starfleet. I presume that they're going to release books with like the Klingon Empire, the Romulan Empire, at least. Probably a Cardassian book. I don't mind a Cardassian book. But it is set up to play like all of the major time periods. So that's cool. So I would probably play any point from kind of like strange new worlds through to TNG. Maybe DS9, up to DS9. Maybe even after that, but I'd kind of ignore Picard and all that stuff because that's not my vibe. So yeah, I'd kind of progress if I was going to go after TNG. I would go after DS9. I'd probably go in a different direction to the direction that they went, just because I like the kind of like positive utopian ideal, right? I think it's. I do a lot of cyberpunk stuff. I love cyberpunk, right? But I've got enough dystopia living in kind of like the pre-runner of cyberpunk in real life, playing a lot and enjoying a lot of cyberpunk stuff. I don't need my Star Trek to be dystopian. Thank you very much. It's just me. As noted earlier, there are things that I like and there are things that I don't like. And I'm fine with other people liking other stuff. Just as long as it's entertainment. So cool, that's that. Reporting for duty, I think, is where we create our characters. Yeah. So. Yeah, we start here, as you know. Oh, right, of course. Something else that I should probably note is we will be using, as often is the case. Where is it? Yeah, we'll be using foundry. Oh, I could probably make it a bit wider, a bit less wide. Cool. And a bit taller. A bit more tall. Okay. One day I'll get a good feel as to how big I should make this on the screen, or maybe I'll get some kind of computer software that goes, it's this big. One day I might even get like a nice border to put around these things, but don't hold your breath. Yeah, don't hold your breath. Anyway, so we're going to use this to record our character and our ship. We've got a bit of a character test there. We've got a bit of a ship test. We don't use all the elements that are on here for this version of the game. But, yeah, let's get started. So, starting points. All characters begin with scores of 7 in each attribute and 1 in each discipline. So, where's the play? We'll just have play on the screen. So we start off with 7 in each attribute and 1 in each discipline. So here we go. 1, 1. You know the drill. You can count to 1. I can count to 1. We can all count to 1 together. So that's our first bit. Okay. A finished character cannot have more than 12 in any attribute. May only have 1 attribute at 12. And cannot have 3 in any discipline. And only 1 discipline will have a score of 5. During characters may end up above those numbers, but they'll be tidied up in post character creation. Okay, choose or randomly determine your species. So another thing, we will be, of course, playing the captain. So one thing I was thinking about, and I might do this if we enjoy the game and it works. We just start like a low rank character and kind of like go through their life in like a generational game, from like, you know, ensign up to captain and beyond. The game has several different recommended play modes. So there's like the Admiral campaign, there's the kind of captain's campaign, there's a couple of different or you play like someone else on board the ship. It kind of has rules around descriptions of station play versus deep space play versus militaristic play, etc, etc, etc. But we're thinking about deep space exploration, 5-year missions, Constitution class, or the Shackleton Expanse. We'll see. So, anyway, step 1, choose a species. Choose or randomly determine species. For the matrices on 93 and 94, each species option provides a +1 bonus to 3 different attributes. In addition, each species has certain traits that might prove the opportunity for advantages or create complications that you can weave into the narrative. So let's have a look on page 93 to 94. I need to stop using that arm for the mouse because it's starting to hurt. 93 to 94. So, original era species. Ardenon, Aurelian, Barzan, Betazoid, Bolians, Cathians, cybernetically enhanced. Deltans, Adosians, Efrosians, Horta, humans, Kelpin. Well, let's roll a d20 and see if we like what the d20 says. And let's pour those dice away. Little bit of interactivity. We all know how everyone loves it. Oh, I don't have the overhead camera set up, so you're just gonna have to trust me when I roll the dice. 2, Aurelian. What are Aurelians? I don't know. Aurelians. An avian people encountered early in the Federation history, renowned for study of history and science. Occasionally surmount their claustrophobia to serve on Starfleet vessels. Aurelians are taller than humans and sport wings and feathers of varying colours. I'd forget almost immediately that I was supposed to be weird. So to be frank, I think I'm just going to be boring. A, B, C, D, F, G, H, H, H. Oh, plus 123 attributes. Okay. Fine. So we're going to pick a human, and we're going to have +1 to any 3 attributes. So we're going to be the captain. So I'm thinking 8 in that, 8 in that, and 8 in that. And we're going to be human. Start simple. Start human. Okay, cool. So that's the first step. We're a human. Problem solved. In addition, each species has certain traits that might provide an opportunity for advantages or create complications. See traits on page 74. 74. Traits. As standard, a character has at least a single trait for their species. Okay, right. These traits are permanent. Okay. Are permanent or at least enduring. Elements of a character's nature are not handed out lightly as part of character creation. Your character may begin play with traits in addition to their species. Okay, right, fine. Fine. So just being a human is the trait. Also, quick one, the stats. Control defines a character. Control defines characters who are precise, orderly, disciplined, highly coordinated, and who possesses well-developed fine motor skills. Fine. Daring describes characters who are decisive, fearless. When adrenaline or equivalent starts pumping, a daring character acts swiftly and confidently. Fitness defines a character's physical prowess, athleticism, and endurance. Insight defines characters by their instincts and their perceptiveness. Insightful characters are often have a good sense of the moods and feelings of others around them. Fine. Presence defines a character by strength of their personality and by their ability to draw attention and command respect. Reason defines characters by their adherence to logic and demonstrates a strong tendency toward meticulous analysis. Fine. Maybe actually, let's go there. Fine. Bit more Kirk. A bit less Picard. Although apparently Picard kind of started off being kind of Flash because of the whole stabbing in the heart by a dude. So species, +1 to 3 environments, to 3 attributes. Number 2, environment, settings or conditions. So where is this? After species. So settings. Step 2, environment. Regardless of their species, Starfleet officers come from many environments across many worlds. While many humans are born on Earth, many more were born on a colonized world elsewhere in the galaxy, on a starbase or on a starship. Your character's environment grants them a single value, 1 point in a single attribute, and 1 point in a single discipline. So let's roll for this. So this is a D20 roll again. They like their D20s in this. 12. An isolated colony. Okay, what do we get for being on an isolated colony? Your character comes from a colony isolated from the broader galactic society. Worlds like Vulcans, monasteries on Pagem use the vast distance between star systems as an opportunity for contemplative isolation, while others are settled due to their unique research opportunities. For cultures of these colonies tend to focus on learning and introspection. Value. Your character gains a value which reflects the environment and culture. This is a good opportunity to consider how the character grew up, isolated from the rest of the wider galaxy, and vast. +1 to either reason or insight. Well, we'll give +1 to insight. Choose one from engineering, science, or medicine, and increase that discipline by 1. I think science, always fun, and value. Okay, but your character gains a value which reflects the environment and culture they were raised in. This is a good opportunity. Where do you get values from? I presume this is something I'm just supposed to pick. Values. I don't know. Values? Anywhere where it lists values? No, probably not. Focuses. Divisions. Control F. Values. Values. When you create a character, create several short statements that describe the core beliefs and convictions. Okay, right. So I'm going to say values. Well, you can't survive on an isolated planet without, rely on community, right? So you can't get by being like just on your own all the time, because then you get eaten. So conditions. Let's give a roll for the conditions. 8. Cosmopolitan. Okay. You're raised in an environment of trade or diplomacy and the intermingling of different communities and cultures. The unfamiliar has always been familiar to you. The frenetic pace of life and this feels antithetical to my setting, but okay. Fine. The unfamiliar has always been a culture from distant worlds, long before you were an adult. The frantic place. Reveal. Cool. So value at this step, the character gains a single value. The value should reflect the environment and culture that the character is raised in. This is a good opportunity to consider. Yes. So, another value. Any thoughts? No? Nobody here? I'll have to think of it on my own then. What's it going to be? Never judge a book by its cover, of course. Cool. Attributes. Choose one of the following: daring, insight, or presence. I think we're going to pick presence. And discipline. Choose one: command, con, or science. Command. Next. Early outlook. Roll the dice. 16. Diplomacy and politics. Okay. Upbringing. Early upbringings. Driving them into their education and career. Your character formed an early outlook that shaped them in many ways. You may choose from 3 approaches of how you determine the impact of the outlook. The first is to set the upbringing. Then, yeah, okay. Cool. So, upbringings, diplomacy, and politics. Diplomacy and politics. Since your youth, your character has been exposed to the complexities of political thought and the nuances of diplomacy, perhaps because a family member was involved in those fields. So, if your character has accepted this upbringing, I will. They are disciplined and well versed in the art of debate, increasing their control by 1 and their presence by 2. Okay, my control is 8 and my presence is 11. Though debate, completely useless skill. If a character rebelled against their upbringing, they didn't. Disciplines. Your character's familiarity with increase 1 of either command, con, or security. So I guess we'll give them 2 in con as well, right? Focuses. Your character gains a single focus that should relate to the character's preferred way of applying their skills. Composure, debate, diplomacy, espionage, interrogation, law, philosophy, staffing, protocol. I think we'll go for composure? So they're always collected, yes? Hard to ruffle. Composure. I think that's how I spell composure. It is today. Casts. Well, we're not Klingons, so we don't do that. Aspirations. In this approach, you will determine your character's... Hold on. Let's go back to that first page where it talked about upbringings. Early outlook. So you've got 3 options. So one of them is the first is to select role or is to select their upbringing and determine whether they accepted it or rebelled against it. The second is applying to Klingon characters or those raised in Klingon households, is to select their caste, and wherever accepted or rejected. The last is to simply choose an aspiration which drove your character. No, that's fine. So we've picked upbringing because it's more stuff. Now, where do we go? Education. How were we educated? poorly, probably. Some characters at the centre of a captain's log story will have received education at Starfleet Academy. Others may have received blah 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 blah. Yes, we've received ours at Starfleet Academy. So, well, we're going to pick, right? I think we're going to pick the years spent at Starfleet Academy and some of the most memorable, definitive of an officer's life. For those who pass the grueling entrance examination, the Academy takes 4 years, covers a mixture of intense training, academic studies and practical experiences, mostly in San Francisco. The graduate of the Academy receives a commission as a Starfleet officer with rank of ensign, after which they may wait several weeks or even months for their first assignment. Some cadets, particularly those pursuing a doctorate, choose a path that requires an additional 2 years of training and study, and instead graduate with a rank of lieutenant junior grade. So, what are we going to do? The command track is for those who aspire to command their own starship someday. It focuses on leadership and interpersonal skills, decision making and crises. Many command track. So that seems like an obvious pick. Operations track, hands-on dealing with realities of Starfleet. Yeah, we're going to go for command. I don't think we need to roll for that. Value, add a value reflecting the belief they developed during. So command track cadets customary undertake the infamous Kobayashi Maru test during their final year. And that's one thing that I always think is kind of funny. It's like, how doesn't everybody know that it's a no-win situation? Like when you go into it, it's like, well, that seems a bit silly. Of course, and then you've got the cheat and the successful person, but we don't worry about that. So add a value that reflects their beliefs developed during the academy. What kind of belief do we think we get there? So we've got rely on community, which I think becomes, rely on your crew. Never judge a book by its cover. We'll have a think. Attributes. Add 3 points to attributes, which may be split between 2 or 3. Right, so you can do a +2 to 1 and +1 to, or plus, yeah, you understand. So, I think we're going to take... I would quite like to get these 2 7s up a little bit. So we could go daring to 9 and these 2 7s to 8. Yeah? Yeah. 8. So basically they become more rounded during their career at start, their command tracking. Disciplines. Increase either command or con by 2. So I'm going to increase command by 2, taking it to 4. Select 2 other disciplines to increase by 1. Nothing can be above 4 at this point. So I think we're going to increase engineering to 2. How many was it? 3. Select 2 others. 3. So we're going to take engineering to 2 and security to 2. Right, so we've got, reasonably broad understanding. Select 3 focuses, at least one of which should relate to your character's chosen track. So they're probably going to get, let's think, team dynamics. Oh, there you go, that's a nice one. So we get 3 of these, right? Team 1, 2, 3. So team dynamics, which I think suits this character quite well. Their into all that kind of thing. Team dynamics. Team dynamics. We're gonna pick. Gonna pick. Inspiration. No, they probably don't come out of the academy being very inspiring. So persuasion. It's not spelled like that. Persuasion. And I think we're going to take evasive action or diplomacy. I think diplomacy. Cool. Next section. Oh, and focus. We've got a new focus that we need to think about. Always expect the unexpected. Or expected. Which I suppose in a way could be never judge a book by its cover, but let's not worry about that for now. Okay, so we don't have none of these. Section 5, career length. Well, seeing as we're a captain, we've got to be at least experienced. So, do you have a few years service under your belt, or are they a veteran with decades experience? If you're a Starfleet officer, what point in their career do they find themselves? So I think let's just check out. They're a captain of a ship, so add a value, chosen freely, add a value, career events. It's now time to think about name and choose an experienced option. So let's quickly jump ahead to find out what finishing touches, final editions. Okay, so how does the career length go into career events? Your character's career is a tapestry of events and experiences. Your character has two. Because I would have. Okay, for characters who chose novice in step 5, assume these events took place during the character's time at the academy, or equivalent to starship. Yeah. And when assigning a focus, you may select one of the provided examples randomly, or using the probability matrix, or on page 85, choosing one of them that fits the situation. A character defines which moments of their life are important in retrospect, and what seems definitive to a young ensign may be inconsequential to the same officer years later. Your character has a career, but a few will have been pivotal moments in your character life. Okay, right. Let's have a look here. So, your character has several years' experience, is enjoying a promising career. Your character has decades of experience, has served on many ships and starbases. Their judgment and opinions are highly regarded by subordinates, peers, and even superiors. All these young bucks with their constitution classes, eh? Yeah, we're going to go for experience. Add a value chosen freely. Okay, so that's all that your experience gives you is a value. Seems a bit unexciting. What value do we have? Another value. I wish it had like a long list of examples for values, because I'm running dry on values. Let's see what happened first. Career. It's not much of a matrix when you've only got one dice to roll. So first 5. Required to take command. Well, that makes sense. So the first one is career. Have we got a little tracker for career? We don't. Okay. So let's add it to notes. No. It was required to take command. What was the mission? What went wrong? Attacked by Klingon bird of prey while on a routine what were we doing? A routine mission to deliver medical supplies. Was the mission successful despite the loss of the leader? I guess successful. We managed to deliver the supplies and withdraw with only a few losses. So save. Your characters need to improvise during a crisis, increases their daring by 1. Okay, so that's 10. Discipline. Being required to lead increases your command by 1. Excellent. Taking them to 5. Focuses. Add a focus reflecting the experience. Examples: composure, inspiration, leading by example. I think we like leading by example. Because we've already got composure, we'll take leading by example. Leading by example. I know it. Be the change you want to see in the world. Oh, look at that. That's a Starfleet officer if ever I've seen one. Okay. What was the next one? That's a 5 again. We don't need 2 5s. That doesn't seem to make a huge amount of sense. Okay. What does this give us? Your character was placed in a situation where they had to make a choice between a trusted superior and their own ideals, and chose to follow their own ideals. Okay. So we gain 1 point of reason, we gain 1 point of con. And we gain. So we're going to take Starfleet protocols as a focus. And who's the superior? Okay, let's go here into a little box. Into a very hard to see little box. Superior, who was superior? Captain Antilles. I don't know, it's just a name. Is that Star Wars? Probably. Antilles. Asked to take part in a criminal conspiracy to cover up a secret research project. Let's just rip that off. That sounds like a good one. What were the repercussions? Captain was disgraced. Captain was just Captain was court-martialed. Captain was moved on, and the sorry. Captain was moved on, and the what? The captain has moved on, and so what were the repercussions of this? Are the details of the event recorded? Was your character right? Captain was moved on, and the incident was hushed up. Save that. So that's fun. Okay. And so this person with the characters, sorry, let's just read this example. With the character mostly complete, it's now time to roll a couple of career events. Nathan rolls a 13, called out with Superior, and 18, solved an engineering crisis, but isn't sure about the 18, so rolls again and gets an 8. Conflict with a hostile culture. His conflict with a hostile culture increases his fit. Okay, right, yeah, so you just roll it twice, and off we go. To the races. Finishing touches. At this stage, your character is almost complete, and needs only a few final elements and adjustments. Values. The character receives one final value. This might reflect the career events. Yeah. So I think that value will be we need eternal vigilance to maintain our values. Cool. So that's that. Increase 2 attributes by 1 each. So I kind of feel like I want to take my daring and control up. So we will. Yeah. Disciplines. Increase 2 disciplines by 1. So I'm going to increase security and con by 1. And for any discipline which has a rating above, which it doesn't, so we should now have a total of 56 attribute points. Now you're asking. Calc. 56. Oh, of course. I'm sure. Are you enjoying the audios? It, of course, comes from my normal audio source for Foundry, which is where to go? Tabletop RPG music. It's a good channel. I recommend it. Oh, I forgot about these. See, I'm cat slime now. I really have to remember these, because these are quite cool. Dong. But I also do remember when I do them, but actually I need to make the top of my little thing higher, else they go off the top, you see. Like so. I'll remember them at one point. Maybe when visitors arrive, I'll be really surprised and do something surprising. Like, turn into a cat. Yeah. But until then, it is of no concern to anybody. So we're going to add up these points. 9 plus 11 plus 8 plus 9 plus 11 plus 9. 57. I've got 57. It says I should have 56. Hold on. 9 plus 11 plus 8 plus 9 plus 11 plus 9. 57. Okay, whatever. 5 plus 4 plus 2 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3. 17. It says I should have 16. Somehow I've managed to get one more point in both of those. I presume I did something wrong at some point then. I don't know when. Let's just go back to this little chart. Here's a little chart. 1 second. I'll show you this. Just so you got something new to look at. Where are we? Adobe Reader. Here we go. So, 7, 10, 10. Calc. And I'm just wondering where it goes wrong. I love that. Sometimes I do calc into my computer, and as opposed to it coming up with a calculator, it comes up with calc.htm. I don't know why. So 7 times 6 is 42, plus 3 plus 1. Oh, that's where I made the mistake. I did both settings and conditions. You were only supposed to do one. Okay. So that makes a lot of sense. Fiddlesticks. So backgrounds. Oh look, all the books, all the stuff. You don't need to see this. It's all beautiful. Buy the book. Where was I? So we'd originally rolled isolated colony, which gave us 1 in either reason or insight. So we need to take either reason or insight down by 1. So I'll take, I can't remember which we picked. 8. And we reduce either engineering, science or medicine. And I'm pretty sure I probably took science here, but yeah. Fine. Like so. That has now resolved, and we lose rely on community. Okay, right, so that's fixed that. Problem identified. Back down to the finishing touches. Finishing touches. Okay. Your character should have between 4 and 6 values. Yeah, we've got 4. Yeah. I wonder how you'd end up with 6. Maybe some of these give us a value. I don't know. Next. Assignment. Your character's especially so will help face. Well, I'm the captain, so that's a quick answer. Commanding officer, command department only. The captain, even if the commanding officer does not hold the rank of captain, they will be referred to as captain. Yes, okay. In solo mode, giving your character this assignment will facilitate the iconic Star Trek stories. Yeah, so we want to be as simple as possible our first time around. So we will be the captain. And I think we'll be a captain because we are we're on a Constitution class. Now there's an alternative character creation process. But oh, we need a name. So many options. Tabitha O'Reilly. That's her name. Assignment. Captain of the Endeavour. That's a good name. NCC 1708. Upbringing diplomatic. Cool. Hot dogs. I presume normally you just have one of these ticked for some reason. I don't know what the reason is. We're not very good at science. We're not very good at the medicines. We can fix a broken light bulb. We're pretty good with the con. What does con stand for? Good question. Late to the party and asking it though. Funny technologies in the problematic technologies in Star Trek, right? 3 big ones, and they're all interrelated, right? Which are, of course, the holodeck, the replicator, and the holodeck, the replicator, and the transporter. I remember I once read a prompt for writing stuff, right? And it was they've invented teleportation technology, and one day God rocks up and he's angry, and no one's dying anymore. So he rocks up and he's like, "Heaven's full because every time you use the replicator, people are dying, and they're coming into heaven, and it's full now. So's hell. They're both full. No more space. No more space up in the fairy clouds." I thought it was quite funny. Anyway, yeah, so funny technologies. And of course, the replicator is funny because it makes everything trivial. You know, it's like why are you having such problems building ships and whatnot when you've got a replicator technology? And the holodeck, of course, is like, well, A, it's heavily reliant on transporter tech and replicator tech, and B, it's a bit morally dubious. Anyway, we were looking for what con was, weren't we? Control. Oh, what was control? Control defines character in precise orderly. Yeah. So a 9 for control. We pay attention to details. You can maintain concentration under difficult circumstances. You're precise, careful, with good eye-hand control. Thingy-majiggies. 11 on daring. You are fearless and often first to confront a difficult, dangerous challenge. You don't hesitate when the action starts. You don't doubt decisions you make in the heat of the moment. 8. We're not very fit. You are not unfit, but your fitness is not unexceptional. Yeah. Insight. Your judgment is not particularly poor, but neither do you rely over much on your instincts. Yeah. Presence, 11. You seem almost larger at life at times. You are the centre of attention, and your voice cuts through the clamour of a crisis, so others reflexively look to you. When danger is near, you may sometimes be viewed as overbearing. And reason of 9 is you have a clear mind, and you can set aside snap judgments to pursue the truth with a rational and logical mindset. Which is interesting, when you combine reason and daring. I think that's kind of funny. But this isn't what we're looking for. Con, right. Con is about your spacecraft and the practicalities of living and working in space. In its most basic form, characters may use con to plot a course to a distant world or guide a ship carefully through an asteroid field. Beyond its uses in navigating and negotiating terrain and operating vehicles, con's familiarity with starships and machines. Interestingly, because I got the con point off of. There we go. A character of high con and high presence knows procedures, protocols, and traditions, and understands the importance of a crew presenting itself properly when greeting outsiders. So that makes sense, right? High con and high daring. A character is instinctive pilot, guiding ship, feel, blah 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 blah. The more important one is the presence and thingamajig. Cool. Top bananas. So that's for character. So clearly, yes. You see, we don't have talents, and we don't have. I think talents is the only one we don't really have. I'm sure there's more stuff, but yeah, cool. So we've got us next. Begin play. At this stage, your characters should have their assignment, their species, a full range of attributes. However, we do need one more thing. We need session 0.1. Joining a crew. To bring Captain's Log character into a Star Trek adventure camp. Oh, right, so this is if we're going into. We could bring Star Trek Adventures into Captain's Log and moving Captain's Log into Star Trek Adventures. But we don't need that. What we want is your home among the stars. So, we roll or select an era. We know we're in Classic Trek. Roll or select a ship class. We're pretty certain we're in a Constitution. Assign trait by polity. Polity, as I have discovered, is a word for is a better word for a civilization. Consider a unique trait. Choose a number of ship talents equal to the scale. Assign name, and so we already know we have a USS Endeavour NCC 1708 versus the USS Enterprise NCC 1701. I mean, to be frank, I could. The Enterprise is a Yorktown class, right? Or was? And I mean aircraft carriers. Enterprise aircraft carrier, yeah. CVN 65. What was she? Oh, that one's a kiddie. Preceded by, succeeded by. Yeah. Oh, was it an entire class? Oh, an Enterprise class. Well, we're not looking for the Enterprise class. We're looking for CV6? Yeah, CV6, your town class carrier. So this one. Dunk. Yorktown class. So another Yorktown class. Names? Names. Oh, there are only 3. Yorktown Enterprise Hornet. Okay, well, let's instead be... Well, I mean, they're not American. We'll do Endeavour. We like Endeavour. That's a name. Although, let's Star Trek, USS Endeavour. See if one already exists. That's a very modern ship. 71805. Okay, fine. So that's not a ship that we've got to worry about. So we can use Endeavour. Fine. We will use Endeavour as for ship name. So we have in here Test 1 Endeavour. USS Endeavour. NCC NCC 1708. I presume this is the class Constitution class, right? Constellation? Constitution. Yeah, it's Constitution, not Constellation. What is the Constellation class? For some reason that rings a bell, but no, back up. Not Soyuz class. It's got more pew pew on it. Miranda class. Hoover class. Constitution. It is for Constitution. I don't know why I thought Constellation if I went. Constitution. And look at all the beautiful spaceships. I'm going to show you this because I like where are we? I like the proper ships, right? I like the Constitution. I don't like that. Don't really like that. I think that's quite cute. I like that. That's fine. I recognise this. This is fine. You're going to tell that there's like, hey, we've just got some junk. That's a bit weird. I hate that. I hate that a lot. I think I don't like that either. That's cool. I don't mind that. You can tell that that's similar to the Miranda and the I like the Nimitz. Nimitz is quite cute. And of course the Oberth. Poor old Oberth. Sad spaceship. Sad spaceship gets dead. Anyway. Where's this Constitution class? There it is. So let's just make this all disappear again. So Constitution class comms is 8. Computer is 8. Engines is 8. Structure is 7. Sensors is 8. All the 8s. Weapons and structure are 7s. Okay. Departments. Command is 3. Security is 3. Security is... wait a minute. Command is 3. Con is 2. Let's go this way. Oh, right. No, everything here is in slightly different places. Security is 3. Engineering. Engineering is 2. Medicine is 2. Science is 3. Trait. Have we got a section here for traits? Yes, we do. Federation Starship. I mean, I would have thought we should have like a deep space exploration vessel, right? Deep space exploration, because that's its whole thing, right? It's got the special computer on it that makes it go into the space. What was the man's name? I was only reading it a second ago. What was he called? It's got Daystrom? Daystrom. I think it was Daystrom. Anyway. Cool. Top bananas. Scale 4. Scale 4. Okay, back up to the instructions. Back up to the instructions. Consider a unique trait. I'm kind of presuming a deep space. Does the ship have a unique trait? I don't think so, not yet. Choose a number of ship talents equal to the scale. Okay. Where are talents? Talents. And I always like the Nova class. I think the Nova class is cute. I think the Nova class makes a nice addition to the lineup, right? I think like the Galaxy class is the ultimate version of the kind of pre-Voyager era of ships, right? The Nova feels like it's kind of like, you know, on the way to the more modern ships. It's like the Galaxy is the last of the big saucer, round saucer ships. Yeah. I find it really, another thing really interesting, where you've got all these kind of like corporations in the Star Trek universe, which doesn't really make a huge amount of sense given their kind of post-scarcity, post-capitalism kind of setting, right? You know, how does Yoyodyne propulsion systems still exist when there's no need for it to exist? Because there's no capitalism. Weird. Because as we all know, all the capitalists were eaten during the war. Best thing to do with them. Ship idiosyncrasies. If you're struggling to come up with a fun, unique idiosyncrasy, well, you didn't tell me to come up with an idiosyncrasy, but I like the idea of it. It's a roll. My favourite pink D20, 12. The ship's computer uses a voice for it, but this is old Trek. The ship computer doesn't have a voice, so that doesn't work. 3. One Jeffries tube always smells like ozone. Well, there you go. I don't know why I did that. Ship scales 4. Yeah. What's your ship? Ship talents, ship traits and talents. Okay, cool. So we get 4 talents. Assigned trait by polity. So yeah, that's for Federation ship. Consider your unique trait. Sample ship trait. Legacy vessel. Prototype. Flagship. Temporarily displaced. Mission pods. Frankenstein fleet. Non-combatant. Warship renowned. Borg systems. Choosing your ship talents. Okay, what have we got here? Ablative armor. Interesting. Oh, page 174. What's he got there? There are a lot of options here. So we're going to get 4 of them. Starships can cause complications. That's interesting. List of ship. Below is a list of talents and their definitions. Remember, you can always make more. No, that's okay. Ablative armor. Ablative field projector. So these are all too late. Advanced medical ward, sick bay. Advanced research facilities. The vessel is equipped with additional laboratories and long-term research facilities which allow the crew to study for... Well, yes, we've got that. We are a long-term deep space research ship. Advanced research facilities. And then let's change from little hand to the little select button. There we go like so. What's this? Okay, what's next? I think probably the vessel sensors are among the most sophisticated and advanced available in the fleet. That sounds possible. Let's keep that one in the back of our minds. Captain's yacht? No. Backup EPS conduits? Maybe. Command ship. The ship has command and control systems allowing it to coordinate easily with allies during a crisis? Nah. Deluxe galley. That's an idea. Diplomatic suites. So we're not going to be flying back and forth around Federation space, so I don't think we need those. Dedicated subspace transceiver array. A starship with this talent has a section of its hull that slides away where a long tether-like subspace transceiver array can be deployed to enhance the vessel's communication range and clarity, even at warp. That's interesting, given we're planning on being a long way from home for a while. We'll keep that one in mind. Electronic warfare systems, I don't think so. Extensive shuttle bays, maybe, because again, we're going to be far away from supplies for a chunk of our mission. So that might be a good idea. No, not fast targeting system. High resolution sensors. The vessel's sensors can gain large amounts of accurate data, though they are extremely sensitive. No. High powered tractor beam? No. Improved damage control? Maybe. Improved hull integrity? Improved impulse drive? Maybe. Improved power systems. Improved reaction control systems for every time that you jettison the warp core into things. Improved shield recharge, improved warp drive, independent phaser supplies, modular laboratories. Huh. That kind of feels like advanced research facilities covers it. Multi-vector assault mode, no. Point defense system, no. Quantum torpedoes, no. Rapid fire, no. Rugged design, maybe. The ship is designed with a frontier in mind, with a durable construction and easy to access critical systems that allow repairs to be easily made. Saucer separation. I'd imagine that would just be part of certain classes. Because that's just a feature on like the Galaxy class. I know that I'm pretty sure that the Constitution has it, but as like a only doable once kind of situation. Have to return to dry dock to put them back together. It's more of a lifeboat than it is a thing. Secondary reactors, siphoning shields, nah. Slim, nah. No. Okay. Takes me to the bottom. So I think we're going to take the deluxe galley. Deluxe galley. So we've got lots of good food on the ship. Thing is I'm sure that like in the early Star Trek original series that they did actually have actual galleys on board, and the food things just look like they're like boxes that people put food into. Now I'm tempted by double dedicated subspace transceiver array, and extensive shuttle bay. But also improved damage. I think we're definitely going to get improved damage control. Like so. And one more. No, rugged design is tempting, but because that kind of like makes sense for the ship, right? Especially given how much time Enterprise spends in dry dock. Yeah, let's do rugged design. Rugged design. Like so, okay. Anything else? Refits. Starships receive refits throughout the service life. Most of these are small adjustments to non-critical systems. Others are significant overhauls in dry dock, taking days or months. In some cases, assigning names and registries. Improving your starship through milestones. Milestones represent a significant event in the life of a character, one that changes them or their outlook on life. While many times a player may wish to somehow change or improve the character, in many ways the starship can represent that significant event. Characters being awarded milestones may move a point from one system or department on their starship to another. The movement may not increase a system above 12 or below 6. And no department. A milestone may also allow a player to increase any system by 1 to a maximum of 12, and any department to a maximum of 5. This can be explained in game. Okay. We're not making a starbase or a space station. Okay. Create a character on a ship. Done. Select your mission type. Done. 257. 257. 257. 257. 257. This is closing advice. Generating. Oh, right, okay. Your home is a planet called Earth. The people there are waiting for you. You're on a mission to save them. Commander to Pole. Start rolling on a mission type 257. Alright, here we go. Alright, so this is where we can roll individual missions. Fine. This is good. Whole bunch of stuff. So you can play this co-op, solo, or normal. What is the yes/no probability matrix for? I wonder if they've got all the rules, just in the appendices, so that they can be printed out. Okay, well we've got the captain's log quick reference. That's good, and it's linked. Okay, cool. Creating a starship. Core game loop 238. Yeah. No. Earlier? Where was that table I was just looking at? Not that one. This one? No, this is combat. bunch of these little pictures. I'm probably going to sit down and figure out how to make my life easier by deciding on which things to pick out. So, step 1, create your ship. Done. Step 2, select your mission type. Right. Step 2, generate an incident theme. Generate an incident theme, advantage and complications. Roll your encounter. Generate people, places and things. Write your opening captain's log. Start playing. Okay. So, generate people and things. 257. So I can just click on here and go to 257. Mission type. Starfleet Commanders oversees many types of missions. You, no doubt, are interested in learning more about the universe and the beings that you share it with. You not only want to seek out new worlds and new civilizations, you seek knowledge and understanding. Yeah, so here we can roll a mission. The mission table breaks down into sub-tables. So sometimes you might just pick a table. And then themes and incidents. Now that you've a general mission, so if we were to roll our first mission, let's remember our overarching thing. We are on deep space exploration, so number 3. And we roll a d20. 18. Test a technology. I don't like that one. 9. Discover a planet made of a strange substance. Okay. So we just note that down in our captain's log. Add page. Pilot episode. In here. So this is something else I was wondering about, whether or not I wanted to use the Star Trek UI module or not, because the Star Trek UI module gets rid of all the nice little kind of TNG colouring, but it does change the UI for this stuff. So it's kind of 6 of one, half dozen of the other. I'm not sure which I prefer. So, deep space exploration. What was it? Discover a planet made of a strange substance. Then we roll on themes and incidents. Now we have a general mission directive figured out. Start adding more conflict to a story by using incidents and themes. Details about a situation or event, generate conflict, blah 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 blah. But will upset the balance of the captain's world and threaten the accomplishment of their main mission directive. This is called the incident theme in captain's log. So, incident 11. Rescue. Okay. So incident, rescue. Theme 9. Nest. That's interesting. Theme, nest. After rolling the incident of theme, roll a d20 on an even number. Roll again on the advantages matrix. On an odd number, roll on the complications matrix. 19. That's an odd number. Complications. 11. Conflicting orders. The situation is made more tense. Well, I'm not going to get any more orders. I'm in deep space. 6. Unexpected attack. Okay. Complication, unexpected attack. With unexpected attack. Okay. So, as the crew works to resolve the crisis at hand, an outside force attacks. Encounters. By now you should have a mission type, incident theme, advisory. Now you can use the encounter. Okay. Now you can use the encounter probability matrix to really make your mission one of a kind. First, roll the type of encounter matrix below. Okay. Let's see what the first dice says. 20. Uninhabited planet. D20. It's 9. Used as a port for smugglers who do not take visitors. Uninhabited planet with where was it again? 9. Used as a port for smugglers who do not take interlopers lightly. I think that's supposed to be lightly, not likely. Okay, during your adventures you might generate momentum or threat without a clear idea as to how to spend it. The matrices below do that. Okay, so there's going to be a bunch of stuff here that I think we're going to... Because now I'd go into like probably... it's probably in media res, right? Probably? As opposed to a cold start. Because I think the opening for this would be that an away team investigating strange materials on an abandoned world in sector J74 in star system J74 are under fire from unidentified assailants. They're requesting support. Like so. And then we'd go into the adventure. But I think, as we're at 22:35, or 20:35 even, we're going to wrap it up there with the pilot episode prepared, and we will probably jump into action next time. We'll see what happens. It'll be exciting. Save that so it doesn't get lost. So yeah, there we go. Captain O'Reilly of the USS Endeavour, NCC 1708. She's got a diplomatic background. She's very strong in her command, and she is a young and aspiring captain. Hence, she's on the fast path track after all the losses during the Klingon War, and yeah, she's going to be leading this expedition. There are rules in here for kind of creating additional characters and all the rest of it, so we'll probably I might come up with a bridge crew offline and introduce them in the next episode. So cool. That was fun. I think this is going to be a good system. And with that, thank you very much, everybody. I hope you enjoy this session of Slimeverse, Slime Trek into the Slimyverse. And meet not tomorrow, on Wednesday, for more Dwaro Deep. Hooray! So that was fun. I like this. I'm interested. I'm engaged. It's going to be cool. Might play it on Friday. Might replace a Dwaro Deep session with it. We'll see. See how I'm feeling. And yeah, that wraps us up nicely. Thank you very much, everybody. You've been human. I've been the Dungeon Slime. Signing off. Farewell.